Hope everyone's doing good. Thanks, Jason, for the intro. Happy to be here and spend a few minutes talking about what we do in terms of product development. I should reassure you on the product development side that things are going well. You know, we have timelines, we have deadlines, we have products that we're working on now, making sure inventory is good. But also, you know, we haven't lost track of the future and the innovation and some exciting stuff that's in the pipeline that we're looking to launch here in the near future, but also in the next 2, 4, even 5-year plan that we have. So a lot of exciting stuff. Let me see if I can share my screen here. I have a few slides of some products that I do want to cover today. Let's see here. And these are going to be focused on our Pharmanex and our wellness products. So there we go. Perfect. So with that in mind, Tyler was mentioning that we have some incredible Pharmanex products, and because of our focus on devices and toothpaste and other products that we have, many people don't know or aren't very familiar with some of these Pharmanex products, but they really are incredible. Today I want to focus on just a few of these. Life Pack is kind of a nutritional foundation, Reishi Max, Age Lock Youth, and G3. If we have time, I'll get into some of these other products that are also very supportive. I mean, AI10, an incredible concentrate of these small molecules that aid in cell-to-cell communication for optimal defense inside the body. Cortitrol, I mean, you think about stress and management, super critical. I mean, as it relates to focus and concentration, to managing stress, in addition to what stress does to your immune system, right? It really weakens that response. And so T-Green, another incredible product with powerful antioxidants, Life Pack Nano, Max for lung function, for vitality, for energy. We have a ton of incredible products. I didn't even list their ProBio PCC. Has kind of a protective, defensive response inside the body, very strong, resilient strain. But we'll see if we get time for some of these others, and I want to dive a little bit deeper into some of the priorities for today's call. So keep in mind, before I get into the product, every single product that we sell is backed by our success quality guarantee. So, you know, we're selecting quality ingredients from around the globe, from the best sources. We have very strict specifications that go into every single one of our products. I don't know if most of you know, but we get a certificate of analysis from our manufacturer before the product is actually released in the marketplace. And so we want to make sure that all of our specs are checked off. So we have specs related to the active ingredients, making sure that what you see on the label is what you get, even at the end of shelf life. In addition to strict specs on some of the bad stuff, we want to make sure that we meet our label claim and our specifications for heavy metals, so things like mercury and lead, total bacteria, E. coli, staphylococcus, streptococcus, yeast, mold, other potential contaminants depending on the product. So very, very, very strict specifications, even in addition to things like weight, moisture. We want to make sure that the product is safe, that it's secure every batch, every time you get this product. We standardize the active ingredients where applicable. Safety is a given, but it's a staple of what we do. And the substantiation. We substantiate every single one of our products. And like Tyler mentioned, especially nowadays, we want to make sure that we back up our product claims, and we do, but also make sure that we stick with those product claims when we talk about products and what they do and their benefits inside the body. So that said, let's talk a little bit about Life Pack. I don't know how many of you have tried Life Pack or used Life Pack before, but it really is an incredible product. And it's unfair to just call it a multivitamin. I know some people do. But to be honest with you, it's really 8 formulas in one. And so the advantage of Life Pack is instead of going to some health food store and getting your vitamin C product, your immune booster, your digestive formula, your metabolism support, your antioxidant support, your brain formula, you really get all of those formulas in Life Pack, in these very convenient sachets that you take. There's 4 capsules in Life Pack in a sachet. 1 yellow, which is the vitamin capsule, 2 of the white ones, those are the mineral capsules, and then 1 kind of off green tan color one. Those are going to be the phytonutrients, the additional antioxidants. Some people do ask me, well, why are there 4 capsules in a sachet? Why can't we make a multivitamin that's just 1 a day, so to speak? And the answer is we use effective doses of these ingredients. So some of the ingredients like vitamin C, for example, calcium, magnesium, some of the more important ones you might argue, are very deficient in our diets, but they also take up a lot of space. And so to get effective sources that are bioavailable for the body in effective amounts, you need to have that number of capsules. And so when it comes to Life Pack, one of the main benefits is that it's not just about preventing deficiency that many of us have. It's about optimal levels of nutrition for good health and wellness inside the body. And what we mean by optimum is that it's one thing to prevent deficiency. For example, you look at vitamin C. If you don't get enough vitamin C, you can get scurvy, right? That's a deficiency disease from not getting enough vitamin C. Well, of course, we want to prevent that, but there are some additional benefits above and beyond just getting what's 100% of your daily value on the label. I mean, even when you look at healthy diets around the world, typically we recommend a minimum of about 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So if you have, some strawberries, an apple, some broccoli, tomato, whatever it might be, even just with those 5 servings, you're going to get much beyond 100% of your daily value. And so that's what we consider when we formulate a Life Pack. We wanted to make sure that it's not just preventing deficiency. What is optimal nutrition inside the body? In addition to what are the upper limits, making sure that the product is still safe when we consider what a normal diet is, plus what optimal nutrition is that you get from Life Pack. So this is just some of the stats and the data of deficiencies that we see from studies of thousands and thousands and thousands of individuals. And you can see that just from naturally occurring from our diets alone, I mean, we're very deficient in vitamin A. I mean, 80% of us are below the EAR. So the EAR is the estimated average requirement, and you don't have to memorize that or know that, but just know that that level is even below what the daily value of what 100% is that you see on product labels in terms of supplements and foods. And so from food alone, I mean, vitamin C, over 50% of us, we're not getting enough. Over 100% from food alone. Vitamin D, in fact, a lot of experts call vitamin D deficiency a global epidemic. And when you think about vitamin C, you have vitamin D receptors on a lot of different cells inside the body that relate to wellness and health. Things like neutrophils and granulocytes and natural killer cells and T cells and B cells. They have these receptors, and a low amount of vitamin D in the body is not good for our health. And so that's an epidemic. Just talking about the deficiency levels of vitamin D that we have not only in America but even globally. Vitamin E deficiency, some of the B vitamins for everyone is a little bit different. And then you look over here on the mineral side, calcium and magnesium really are the two big players. And that's one of the reasons why I mentioned my Life Pack is so great. Yes, it is 4 capsules, but we're putting these bulkier nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D that people are most deficient in. And you can argue that the ingredients that are most important for us are the ones that we're most deficient in. So these are just some of the wellness supportive ingredients that we have in Life Pack. You look at vitamin A. Vitamin A deficiency is a big concern as it relates to our health and wellness systems. Vitamin C, a very powerful antioxidant, helps to produce collagen. It's kind of a strengthening ingredient inside the body. Vitamin E as well. It works in this antioxidant network with vitamin C. Vitamin D deficiency, already mentioned that, is a biggie. Vitamin D and zinc, even vitamin B6. You think about zinc and B6, why are they beneficial? Well, when you think about our bodies, when we need to improve our health, you need cell division to happen. And zinc and vitamin B6 play an important role in cell division and in DNA synthesis to be able to support a healthy response inside the body. Carotenoids as well are very powerful antioxidants. These are kind of your first line of defense against some of the waves of free radicals that we get bombarded with from poor sleep, from poor habits, from poor diets, from so many different things that are attacking our bodies. And so you just really get a wide range of really incredible ingredients in Life Pack. So I'm moving through this a little bit fast, but I want to cover as much as I can. So Max is another incredible product, and I'm not going to go through all the product claims and the benefits here in this training, but I do want to highlight maybe some of the unique points behind our Max product. So this is a product that contains a reishi mushroom. And not all reishi mushrooms are created the same, but this is kind of one of these ancient Chinese secrets behind Chinese medicine and some of the incredible benefits that come from this particular mushroom. So what makes our reishi unique is it actually goes through a multiple-step extraction process. When you compare our reishi to other reishis in the marketplace, many actually don't even have the polysaccharides or the spores or the triterpenes, right? And for products that do standardize, maybe they have high levels of one, but they don't have high levels of the other. What's incredible about Max is that there's actually multiple steps in the extraction. So you actually get the reishi mushroom, and then you'll extract the triterpenes. These are some of the unique compounds from the reishi mushroom that provide really nice cell protection benefits inside the body. But then from that, you actually extract the polysaccharides. These are some of the parts that come on the outside layer of the reishi mushroom that provide nice cell protection and defense properties inside the body. In addition to that, we add a separate thing, which are these cracked spores, and we actually verify that it's a high pressure process that is proprietary in nature, but we actually verify it under a delicate microscope, if you will, to make sure that these spores are cracked. And what's so beneficial about that is that these spores, they kind of unlock some of the magic and some of the incredible properties of the reishi mushroom. They actually release some of the additional actives of these polysaccharides and triterpenes. And that makes up our incredible product called Reishi Max GLP. Some people wonder, why do we call it GLP? Well, Reishi, GL stands for Ganoderma lucidum, and then P stands for the polysaccharides, some of the active ingredients that you get in Reishi Max. So when it comes to the reishi mushroom, it's made in a very controlled environment because it grows on these wood logs, actually, in nature, and we actually mimic that through these incredible facilities that are controlled. It's almost kind of like a house with natural light that comes in that protects it from the outside environment. We want to mimic the same way that the reishi mushroom grows in nature, but without some of the concerns that can be with pesticides or with contaminants or with bacteria that might grow. So this is part of our strict specifications, our strict purity levels that we require in our product, making sure that we have a pure, safe, and effective product that we can deliver to the world. So age-lock youth, let's jump in and talk about this product. This is one of my favorite products. It's something that I take on a day-to-day basis. It's probably a product that'll never go without. Excuse me. It is our most advanced anti-aging supplement, as you can see there. It's developed from our gene expression insights into healthy aging. Now, when we talk about gene expression, we're talking about inside of our cells we have DNA, okay? And DNA is the makeup of who we are. But within DNA, we have segments of that are called genes. And we have about 20,000 genes. And each of those genes are the exact same in every cell inside the body. But what makes a skin cell different from an immune cell or a digestive cell or a liver cell or a kidney cell? Well, gene expression, right? So you have certain genes that are turned on and certain genes that are turned off that actually differentiate into the different cell types. So that's what gene expression is. In addition to that, what we care about isn't necessarily the different cell types that we have in the body, but what we care is how does gene expression change with the aging process, and how can we improve that by selecting ingredients that mimic a more healthy gene expression pattern inside the body. And that's what we've done with age-lock youth. Number two, there's a blend of natural ingredients that are really hard and not impossible to get, even from a very healthy diet. So these are ingredients like purple corn. I mean, unless you live in Peru, you're probably not getting a lot of purple corn. And it really is a super ingredient, one of our top screen ingredients as it relates to healthy gene expression. Purple corn is just incredible. It ranks super high. Citrus bioflavonoids, even if people eat citrus fruits, you're probably not getting a lot of those ingredients just because the bioflavonoids are primarily concentrated in the peel or in the rind, so in the outside portion of the fruit. And so it's usually bitter, and usually people don't take it. And so another good ingredient is fish. A lot of people don't eat a lot of fatty fish, so things like salmon, anchovies, and sardines. And even if we do, are we getting enough on a regular basis to be able to provide some of these health and wellness benefits? Just to give you a frame of reference, in America, we consume about roughly 100 milligrams a day of EPA and DHA, whereas you compare that to a place like Japan, where they eat more fatty fish, they get about 1,000 milligrams a day. So there's a very, very big difference in terms of where we are in America and some definite improvements that we can make to our diet. And then number three, it modulates what we call aging defense mechanisms. So these are natural mechanisms that exist inside the body that provide these systemic health and wellness benefits. So this is probably a slide that none of you have seen before, but this is actually from a study that was just published last month. This is a study that we're very proud of that really validates this gene expression effect, but not just in the brain. What we've shown you previously is in the brain cortex. You can see in the green panel on the left-hand column, you can see that represents typical aging. The orange represents healthy aging. So this is a model of anti-aging that we know that works really well to improve the aging process. And then the red is the same group as typical aging, but they're given age like youth to see how it mimics or how it matches healthy aging inside the body. And when you look at these, this is what's called a statistical analysis where they cluster the different groups together. And you can see that between healthy aging and age like youth in the brain, in the muscle, and in other tissues inside the body, it's indistinguishable. In other words, this statistical analysis can't differentiate between those two because they're overlapping. They're so similar in their gene expression patterns, which is a really good indicator to us that what age like youth is doing is it's really mimicking this healthy aging pattern inside the body as it relates to gene expression. Each of these columns that you can see, I mean, they're so skinny it's hard to count them all. But if we were to count them all, you would see that there's between 2,000 and 4,000, approximately 2,500 to 3,300, 3,500 there in each of these tissues that are changing in a positive direction with age like youth. So that is the power behind this. And one thing I do want to mention is that even though there's about 3,000 or so genes that are changing and aging, and with this product, these are actually very different genes. There's very little overlap in gene expression between the brain, between the muscle, between these other tissues. And that makes sense if you think about it. The way that our brain ages is going to be different from muscle or from fat tissue or liver tissue or skin tissue or whatever it might be. And so this is a really, really good indicator to us scientifically that these benefits, these gene expression benefits that we see, are not just in one tissue. They really are systemically playing an incredible role with mimicking healthy gene expression patterns inside the body. So, aging defense mechanisms, these are mechanisms that exist in the body, and they work really well when we're young. The problem is with aging and with outside and inside insults, these mechanisms, they decline in their function and in their ability to protect us. And so it's really all about gene expression that controls these. And what are these mechanisms? So tissue renewal, this relates to just healthy renewal inside the body. A lot of the cells that we have, we weren't born with, right? Cells are constantly undergoing a division process, some a lot faster than others, right? When you think about white blood cells, those are very, very quick. Red blood cells take a little bit more time. In the liver, well, in any case, every tissue is a little bit different, but bone is maybe a good example. There's this bone remodeling that occurs, and this is a constant dynamic process that happens on a regular basis. And so healthy tissue renewal is super critical in the body. Metabolism, another key mechanism. What I want to point out here is that age like youth is not a quick weight loss product. A lot of people think of metabolism as quick weight loss. This is more helping to mimic healthy metabolism for the aging process. When you think about aging and our metabolism, what happens is generally our ability to control sugar and insulin declines. In addition to what happens is when we have too much sugar and we have too much insulin, that triggers fat storage and fat metabolism. And so there's this shift where we tend to store more fat and burn less fat as we age. And so we really wanted to look at what are ingredients and what is gene expression that relates to a healthy metabolism for the aging process. Antioxidant defense, this is a given. But age like youth, we wanted to focus not just solely on these extrinsic antioxidants, so things like vitamin C or vitamin E that we get from diet. We also wanted to focus on what are the ingredients that can help to produce intrinsic antioxidants or antioxidants on the inside of our body. So these are things like glutathione, glutathione peroxidase. I mean, there's a whole system inside the body. And so we really worked well to look at the science and what are the best combination of antioxidants to put inside of age like youth. Detox and stress response, this is a given, but this is a key thing. I mean, detox, we're exposed to toxins on a regular basis, from smoking, from the environment, from pollution. We want to protect ourselves and our body. And stress, you want our cells to respond to stress in an effective and a healthy way. And we looked at some of the science behind that, some of the mechanisms, for example, NRF2, that plays a key role with how does our body handle detox and how does our body handle stress in an effective and a healthy manner. Inflammatory balance. This to me is actually one of the most crucial things because when it comes to aging, when our body is working well, there's usually not a lot of issues. But when the body doesn't work well and we have this inflammation that fires up, it can become chronic. And chronic inflammation is really a trigger for for just bad things, for problems inside the body, for wreaking havoc. I call it a silent killer because this chronic inflammation really impairs our health and wellness systems inside the body. It accelerates the aging process. And so we really looked at some of the science behind ingredients that impact gene expression, but also that support this mechanism of a healthy inflammatory balance inside the body. And then last but not least is DNA protection and repair. When we think about repair enzymes that we have inside the body, inside the cells, I mean, they're working on a regular basis, but they need adequate cell division. They need adequate nutrients to be able to support that process in a healthy manner. So when those mechanisms are working properly, we can really see that the systemic benefits inside the body, from your head to your toe, from brain to skin to metabolic to bone. I mean, you can see all the benefits there for yourself. What's incredible for me as a scientist is when I talk to people and when I travel the world, of course, not traveling right now. There are many restrictions. We're trying to stay at home. But it's incredible to me to hear the testimonials of people who take Age Lock Youth or any one of our other incredible health and wellness products for that matter, but specifically talking about youth right now. These testimonials really motivate our entire scientific team because we see that products are changing lives. And the theme that I hear over and over again is that people don't know what they're missing out on until they actually take one of these products. And when they feel better, they have better health and wellness. Maybe they sleep better. Maybe they see heart health or skin health. Whatever improvement that they see, that they notice, is something that people don't realize they're missing until they actually take one of our incredible products. And so don't be afraid to reach out and to invite someone and say, hey, we have these incredible products. You just got to try it yourself and see the difference and feel the difference in your life. And I certainly have. By taking youth, by taking Reishi Max, I take many of our Pharmanex products and many of our new skin products, that is. G3, we'll finish with this one here. So G3 is an incredible product. What I love about it is that when we first developed this product, and just a little bit of a history lesson here, one of our senior scientists actually went to a conference. At the time, there was a lot of demand from our distributor leaders saying, you know what, there are some other juice products, and we want to compete with them. And we said, we're not a Me Too company. We're not going to create what they already have. But we'll look at the science and evidence. We want to make sure that if we do create a juice, that it's going to be backed by good science, by good folklore, by good history, that it has good nutrients that are backed by science, because we're a science-based company. And so with that in mind, one of our scientists was at a conference one day, and this tiny little lady actually was presenting some of the data she had presented on G3 and some of her research. Well, not G3, on the GAC fruit, excuse me. And what she was showing is that this GAC fruit is super rich in these beneficial nutrients. In fact, she showed that the GAC fruit on a per weight basis had 70 times more lycopene than a tomato, right? In fact, that's what gives the GAC fruit this very bright redness to it, because lycopene has a very bright, rich, beautiful red color to it. There's no added food colorings to our G3. It's just a natural combination of these fruits. So 70 times lycopene. I mean, our senior scientist was like, no way. This is impossible. I mean, tomato is a great source of lycopene. How could it have, 70 times that amount? Or how could it have 10 times the amount of beta carotene, compared to a carrot? Just these phenomenal numbers. And we said, you know what? We can work with this. This could be an incredible fruit that we could put and make into a juice product and give to our distributors with something that's actually backed by science. So that's what we did. We screened the literature and we looked at, well over hundreds of some of the best anti-aging fruits and ended up putting the GAC, Siberian pineapple, silly fruit, Chinese lycium, into this incredible superfruit blend with lipocarotenes. So you might ask, well, what are these lipocarotenes in GAC? Lipocarotenes are also found in the Siberian pineapple, by the way. Those are kind of two of the unique fruits that contain them. So lipocarotenes is just this matrix of fatty acids and oil that kind of protect these carotenoids and improve their absorption. So you can see here, this is actually a published study by Betty Vuong. She was actually the lady who was presenting some of her data at this conference. When you compare the synthetic beta carotene to the GAC fruit, you can see that there was 40% greater absorption. which is actually a big deal because beta-carotene is a fat-soluble carotenoid that doesn't have very good absorption to begin with. And so any kind of incremental improvement is going to make a very big difference in terms of that absorption level inside the body. So 40% is something we were really impressed with. And then you look at the change in the scanner score as well. So we looked at what is our typical scanner response based on the level of carotenoids in the product, and how does that compare to G3? And you can see that there's a drastic difference in terms of improved bioavailability. What I love about this is that G3 is great for adults and for children. We know that a lot of people have a hard time swallowing pills or capsules. For those people, I should mention, it's very easy to just empty the contents of our capsule and put it inside of food or liquid and consume that way. You'll get the same benefits, the same absorption. Of course, it's just the taste of some of the ingredients. That's why the capsule is convenient, and that's why we deliver it in that way. But G3 is it's a juice. It tastes great. There's no added sugar. Great for adults and for children, 1 and older. It's great for those who need to increase their servings of fruits and vegetables. When you look at the data, 5 is the minimum recommendation. Most of us aren't even getting there, even when you count orange juice as a serving of fruit. And so we really need that boost of our fruits and vegetables, of these antioxidants, vitamin C, different carotenoids. It's an incredible product. I can tell you my family takes it, just on a personal note. I have a boy who's 9 years old, a boy who's 7, and then a little girl who's 3, and they all take G3 on a regular basis, and I can tell you, they love it. It's a boost, and I love it as well as a parent because I can relate and I know the science behind these ingredients and why they're so beneficial, especially for little kids who are picky eaters and don't get the fruits and vegetables they should. We have other incredible, fantastic products. Maybe if I could just make a quick plug for AI10. It's an incredible concentrate of these low molecular weight molecules that aid in cell-to-cell communication. And why that is so critical is we have all these different types of cells. Like we have natural killer cells, we have B cells, we have T cells, we have neutrophils, we have granulocytes, we have agranulocytes, right? But these cells, they're in the bone marrow, they're in the thymus, they're in these different tissues inside the body. They need effective communication to be able to function at their optimal level. If I were to compare this to something, I would look at, back in the old days where you had your king, your castle, and you can see that there are knights and there are archers, right? And they're ready for an attack. But the bottom line is there's also these scouts, right? That are kind of like these people that are scouting the area, and they're looking for where an attack might be coming from so that they can alert or communicate a message, to the knights and the archers and the other defensive people so that they can be ready to create this coordinated attack. And the same thing inside of our body, right? We need these messenger molecules that you get from AI10. So things like cytokines, lysozymes, lactoferrins, transfer factors, other molecules that are crucial for this incredible benefit inside the body. It's really a passive, incredible product. AI10 is one that I recommend as well. If we had all day, we'd go into the science behind every single one that we had, and I know I kind of went through this really fast, but I just want to close by saying we have an incredible line of incredible Pharmanex products that a lot of people don't know about, that a lot of people need, that they'll benefit from through strengthened defenses and all of the other benefits that we claim from our official marketing materials. You can just download it from the website, from the product information page, and voila, you have all of that information at your hands. So thanks everybody for being here today and for listening for a few minutes to me.